Here's just another quick video. This 500 has been sitting probably since 1979. So that's 89, 99, 2009. That's 37 years or something. So when bikes sit this long, what can happen is the oil can bypass the little valves here. So just a little check valve, and can fill up the crankcase. And what that does, if you don't clear that out or check for that, what's going to happen, if it does start, it can push that oil through the top into the combustion chamber, create a hydrolock, and bend a rod. So before I ever even try to kick it over, you can run it through with your hand on the kickstart, just really slow to see if the motor turns over. Then after that, what you really need to do is check for oil. And that's not so hard to do. I got just a medicinal syringe. It was $1 and an old piece of plastic hose off a battery. And what you do is you turn the crankshaft counterclockwise till you feel a piston hit top dead center. Careful, don't cut your finger off. And then just when it starts moving back down, that gets a crank pin kind of out of the way. So then you can just kind of run your hose down in there first and kind of run it around there and see if there's any oil on there. And you can see there's just a tiny bit, so I'm not too worried. I've already checked these. But then what you can do is just kind of move it around. You can use it, some like turkey baster. But as you can see, oil is not puddled up inside enough oil to cause any trouble. So you just do this for all cylinders before you try to start it. And that way, if there's oil in there, you can suck it out and start it and not bend a rod. So that's kind of cool. And that's about it. That's just a quick way to check to see if the oil in the oil tank is drained, which happens a lot on these older motors that sat for a long time. So there's your little short video on what to check for on a motor that hadn't been started for a while. Okay, now next we want to check for spark. It's kind of hard, kicking it over, especially when you're in your 50s or so, kicking over a lot trying to check for spark. So the easy way I do it is that I just take a bolt, grind the head down square to a 3/8, if you can see that, okay, to a 3/8, to square to just fit in the socket, put in my reversible drill, stick it on the crank. Now if you just run it slow, it won't unscrew, but this way you can watch your spark plug. And you can see if you got spark. So that makes it a lot easier to do a quick test to see if you have your ignition's working okay and you have spark.